today's episode of Real Life Perspective by Filmmaker. I bet you guys are wondering, now, why does their lighting look so intense and mysterious? Well, as you guys know, in August, Real Life, that would be us, what up, released a short action film called Noire, which is about a couple mobsters and how one of them went rogue. Well, coming up in December, we will be shooting the sequel, which will be Noire. It will be black and white, and it will be awesome. So, just letting you guys know that we will be doing that. Now, on that note, so here are your normal lighting scenarios for Noire. So here's your normal 3-point lighting setup. You're gonna have a key light over here, or over here, whatever you decide. It's gonna be 100% of your light, meaning it's gonna be the brightest thing that you have in the scene. Then, over here on the opposing side, you're gonna have your fill light, which is going to be 50% of whatever your key light is. And you're gonna have your backlight, which is just gonna illuminate the back of your head basically, and it's gonna add depth and separate you from the background. Now this is a typical 3-point lighting setup, and it really doesn't mean anything. You could go either way, and you don't have to stick to the 150, or you could do, 125, 175, or you could completely leave that out. But the thing with Noire is, basically, you have no fill light. You can have your key light and you can have a backlight, but the idea is that you have one half of your face is dark. It literally has the difference between good and evil, light and dark. So it makes a very mysterious situation. Now that doesn't mean that the people who are better lit are better and the people who are worse lit are darker. It just creates a literal tension within the scene between good and evil. And so, Noire is often fun. So, if you are doing Noire, remember that you need very intense light on one side and not very much intense light on the other side. The plus sides to doing Noire: 1, if you're going to do Noire style in black and white, like we did, you don't have to worry so much about color tones. So color correction is basically putting into black and white and doing brightness and contrast. You don't have to worry about your hue and your saturation and all that, because basically your colors become completely non-relevant when you put it in black and white. Go figure. But as for that, you also, if you only have one light, you can actually do a Noire type lighting setup and not have to worry about, oh, I don't have enough light for a 3-point light setup. So if you're trying to do something with one light before you can do something better, well, go ahead and try and do a Noire film. So you can, get some fans, prolong time before you can buy something, or, generate revenue to buy something if that's the path that you're taking, if you're fortunate enough to be paid for what you're doing. Also, the Noire style is, great for people with lesser tools, because at the same time, like I have a T3i, which means you can really crank a lot of low light scenarios out. But because it is so bright and so dark at the same time, cameras are really good. Even this iPad camera is great because it can pick up blacks really well, and it can pick up well-lit scenarios really well. So you're gonna have your well-lit and your basically black. So this side shouldn't really be all that grainy because it's registering as no light. So it should be able to fix it. Now I'm not saying make short films with an iPad if you have something better, but if you only have your iPad or your iPhone or something, those kinds of scenarios really are the best thing for you to try and do. Also, if you are doing anything, not necessarily Noire like we are, which means low budget, independent, and guerrilla style, here are a few tips for doing guerrilla style. If you're going to a company that you need to shoot inside, I would highly, highly, highly suggest not ever asking for permission to go inside, because if you ask for permission and get declined, the company may be more upset with you and less, they may be looking out for you, first of all. And secondly, even if they just see that you're filming there and that they specifically told you no before, you can get in a lot more trouble. Whereas if you just show up, start filming, they can ask you to leave and not film, but you won't get in trouble for directly disobeying their orders. So if you're gonna do something like this, like we shot, ooh, there goes the other light. If you're going to shoot like we did at Starbucks in Tuesday, well, what we did was we just kind of got into a corner where there was a wall there and we just shot. And we made sure that we weren't anywhere near where they could see us, and we were just really quiet. We tried not to disturb anything, and the part where Haley is yelling, we just had her say that really quietly and then we voiced it over later. So it wasn't that big of a deal, and we got it in and out without being, a big nuisance to everybody. So, if you're gonna do Noire or Guerrilla, there's a couple outliners for today, and Friday, I believe, will be another build episode, but Monday or Friday of next week, we will be releasing the first of the Christmas episodes to come, so to look forward to that, because Christmas is awesome. So, thank you very much for watching today's episode of Real Life Perspective by Filmmaker, and I hope that you are ready for the time of your life.